Leigh and Jason, amazing, man. So I saw this movie back in theaters when it came out,
Nice.
and I just revisited it again. It's so far for me, it's the best movie of 2020. That opening scene is just so powerful. Was that always going to be the opening, or was there a different setup at all for this film?
Actually, the first draft did have a different scene. The very first draft I wrote had a scene that took place after she had escaped. I guess I can give this away now. And it was just a whole different theme. And I can credit Blumhouse, Jason and Cooper Samuelson, who works for Jason. I can credit them with saying, well, why don't we start the movie more, right in the action, and then through a conversation with them, I was like, yeah, this is much better to just go bang. So there's a perfect example of how working with Blumhouse makes the films better.
Yep. Now, I'm just curious, was there anything that you guys conceived or shot besides that wasn't in the film or just didn't make the cut?
Well, there's a lot of deleted scenes on this video release. I think the first cut was like 2 hours and 45 minutes, and Jason said, that's fine, you can release that. And I said, that's crazy, that's too long. And
well, I said no. I said you could release it. No one will come see it, but you could release it.
Jason just yelled at me down the phone. He said, 90 minutes. And then he didn't even know what movie I was working on. He just said, 90 minutes. No, well, look, it's funny how the movie tells you, because it's funny because you have these scenes when you shoot them, you fall in love with them. It's like agony to kill your darlings. But I'm sure Jason would agree with me here. The quickest way to get over that, and I think this might be an evil plot by Jason, is that you do a test screening, and all of a sudden, a scene that you were formerly in love with, you instantly want to slash out with a scalpel when you see the audience start shifting in their seat, checking the phone. You're like, that one's going, it's gone. It's like the audience, there's a certain internal rhythm. So I feel like the deleted scenes had to go. There's no deleted scene that I'm like, if only I could have put that in the film.
Right.
I think if I really wanted it to be in the film, it would be in the film. But the test audiences tell you pretty quickly what the movie should be, I think.
Now, Jason, this film has a very unique distinction because it was a big box office hit, and then it was also, once this whole thing happened, this whole pandemic happened, it was also one of the first films to be released on video on demand. Can you talk to me about just that experience alone, from being, did great in the box office and then being one of the first ones to come out on demand?
Yeah, well, initially, I was kind of disappointed because there was a little life left in the movie when the theaters closed. But in retrospect, now it turned out to be a great thing, because if you compare the numbers of what it did on PVOD versus what it would have done theatrically, many, 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 many more people saw it during its theatrical window. So I'm thrilled about that. I mean, obviously, ideally, as a producer, and I'm sure Leigh would say as a director, you want people to see your work in movie theaters. But if the choice is not to see it or see it at home, it makes me very happy that they saw it at home. So it ultimately turned out to be very beneficial and a very good thing for the movie.
Now, it's crazy because I remember I was assigned another movie during this time, and the word of mouth for this movie was crazy. So I had to see it as soon as I got the chance to. But let me just say, the ending, holy shit, guys, amazing. Now, Cecilia's story is clearly, she's clearly on the edge. She's over the edge with a breakdown. What are the chances we can get the Invisible Woman sequel? I know I'm sure you.
I hope very good, because I asked Leigh that same exact question. I've asked him every single day of quarantine. I've asked him that question. So far, he's being very evasive. Maybe you can get it out of him.
I stopped answering my phone, and then Jason hired a skywriter.
Yes.
He's like, where's my sequel?
Where's my sequel?
I can't get away from him.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see. I mean, look, uh, in this weird quarantine time, I've still been working on something with Blumhouse that we'll talk about later. But we'll see. We'll see.
Now,
I'm not sure.
well, you guys did a great job with the Universal Monster. So, just a curiosity, a question as a fan: if there's another character that you guys would kind of want to reboot or revamp, one of the traditional monsters from Universal, what would the another character be?
I'd love to do. I'd love to do Frankenstein. I think that'd be so fun.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like any one of them could be a great movie. If they're iconic characters for a reason. So you could make a really great Dracula movie, a great Frankenstein movie, the Wolfman. Like it all depends on the passion of the person making the film. That's what I hope for. So I feel like I would love to see all of those characters. As a horror fan, I want to see all of those characters get new movies by different passionate filmmakers.